And I'm loving my 2 braids. Yes.
She's a runner, she's a drag star. I can't let you get away, you got my heart. And you've been waiting on a day that I swear.
Okay, so I did purchase the MacBook from the crayon case recently. And it's so big I can't hardly even get it in the camera. But y'all, when I went to look at videos showing this palette recently, I couldn't find any that really did these colors justice. Like, look at this. These colors are so vibrant. Like, girl, I've been asleep, clearly, but that's okay. Like I say, I'm always late to the party, but girl, I have bills, okay? So anyway, we're gonna have some fun with this tonight, again. Just kind of go in there. And y'all, my base have dried up some, in case anybody is wondering, which I don't know what kind of difference that's gonna make, but we just gonna roll with it. You know how we do. So a little bit about what have been going on with me. I kind of really been all over the place. I've been sick on and off, and then also I've been traveling, y'all. Oh my gosh. Oh my God. I have to tell y'all. So if you know me at all whatsoever, like know me real good, you already know I'm scared of everything. Like, girl, when I tell you, I do not play. So I went to Virginia and I got so excited about traveling. And it's like adrenaline had really kicked in and I really didn't process everything at the time. And as the days went by, you know, I'm just geeked. I'm ready to go. I'm thinking about how fun this is gonna be. I'm gonna see some of my family. Like, I was excited, y'all. So my niece Naira, my mama, and myself, we actually flew to Virginia. Now, I have never been on a plane, like, since that I can remember at all being grown. I have never been on a plane, which, if you know me, like I said, I'm scared of everything. And anybody that know me know that I always say I will never, ever, ever fly, ever. And I'm like starting to really process, you know, what's about to go down. Y'all, I started like telling everybody, you know, I don't really know about this. Like, I wonder what this gonna be like. Like, what do I expect? Da 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 da. So everybody was telling me, oh girl, you gonna be all right. Everything gonna be fine. It's gonna be a piece of cake. You gonna be flying all the time. So I'm like, okay, bet. We get to the airport. We got the wheelchair service. Now, this man, he was, oh God, where was he from? I wanted to say he was Guyanese, but I could be mixing it up. But I really think that the people were Guyanese that were doing like the wheelchair services and things like that. Now, this man was tall and slim, and I ain't gonna lie, I'm big, you know, I'm plush. So I felt so bad because he was wheeling my mama and me at the same time. He kind of saw us in passing because at first we was just sitting there for the longest, waiting on somebody to come tend us and everything. So he get my chair and my mama's chair, and he's like pushing us through the airport, and my niece was sitting on my lap, so that made my chair even heavier. So we got ready to go through the little check-in part, and I remember the one man that he had to give our boarding passes to, he was so nasty to him. Like, he was just, you ever be in a situation where one person is talking to another person and you kind of right there in the middle, and they being so rude to the person till you just feel embarrassed for the person, like, all together? That couldn't have been me. Like, no. What we don't do is disrespect. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. So we go through the little part, and we had to give them our bags. I had to take off my shoes. Y'all, I had my wig on, and I was scared that he was gonna say I had to take it off because it had combs in it. So anyway, thank God I didn't have to take that off. Go through that little process and everything. Then we get to the part where we waiting to board the plane, and like, I'm still excited at this point. So we get on the plane, and all I remember is like my brother telling me about some of his flight experiences. I remember him telling me that before the plane take off, it go real fast and then it lift up. So I feel the plane start to move around or whatever. And when we were sitting in that that little area, you could see the planes flying in and leaving out. And I'm thinking, you know, okay, this ain't bad. I'm like, this a piece of cake. They was tripping. I'm like, we already in the air. And another thing about me, every time I used to say I would never ride a plane, and if I did, I would always sit by the window because I didn't want nobody to open the window because, you know, I don't do heights. So I'm sitting by the window and I get a little bold. I go to crack the window up a little bit and I'm like, dang, we still on the ground, but the plane is moving. And I'm like, we still on the ground. So I close the window back. So I'm getting anxious at this point because every time I go to crack my window, when the plane moves, we still on the ground. So then I feel the plane really start like driving. So then I feel the plane move and then I feel it stop. And now we just sitting here. And my mama is talking and my niece is talking, and I'm like, I feel my heart going boom, 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 boom. So at this point, I'm just trying to calm myself down because I have a whole panic attack and I'm just not ready. I looked out the window first again and I seen these black and white lines on the ground. And I remember saying, Ma, I was like, what the white lines mean, Ma? What the white lines mean? Well, she was like, girl, that just means we getting ready to take off. We on the runway. So I was like, okay. So I felt the plane accelerate and I heard all this noise and the plane is like, it's going fast, y'all. And I feel my heart beating so fast and I leaned back into the seat. I put my head back. Then I felt that thing shake up off the ground. Woo, Jesus. When I say I was not ready, y'all, the plane came up off the ground so fast and then it's like you feel all this pressure and you leaning back and it just zoom, it goes straight up in the sky. I just remember turning my left face to the side where the window was, and I was just like crying, and I was trying to cry quietly because I didn't want to alarm nobody. Y'all, why my niece gonna lean over, gonna tell me, you crying? Girl, yes, I'm crying because I'm thinking in my head, y'all, I'm like, oh my God, I gotta take 4 flights, like, we can't stop, it ain't no stop and let me get off. I'm thinking like maybe we can just, when we land at the next airport, get a rental car and just drive the rest of the way. Y'all, no, it wasn't none of that. So, you know, I was hurt. Shoot, I was really, really hurt. So, I'm trying to calm down. So by this time, my mama was telling my niece, she was like, leave her alone, leave her alone. She was like, Grandma, she crying. She was like, girl, she not crying. So my mama looked over at me. She was like, you crying? And I'm just tore up, y'all. I'm just really like, I'm tore up over here, you know, about this plane ride. So I kept like trying to brush it off and everything. And after a while, my mama was like, she had stopped checking on me. She reached over, she was holding my hand. And I'm trying to calm down. I would say about a good 40 minutes, I was boo-hoo crying. Every time I thought about it, I was crying. But mind you, I had my head turned to the window. But the window was closed, now mind you that. So I remember the plane was like bucking. It was like boom, 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 boom. And I'm just like, what is going on? And I'm praying, y'all. I was praying so hard. That them people kept their plane in the air. I was so nervous and scared. So all in all, I finally calmed down. The ride got a little smoother and I relaxed. I go to look over to tell my mama, like, I think I'm all right now. You know, I didn't know what to expect and everything. You know, I was kind of scared. It took off really fast. I wasn't really ready. I go to lean over to tell her all this. When I turned to start talking to my mama, what's she doing, y'all? That's she over there crying. So my niece is in the middle. Poor baby, she was in the middle looking at my mama and looking at me and looking at us. We boohoo crying, grown behind, just up here boohoo crying. She ain't shedding out one tear. So I'm like, what you crying for? She say, I'm crying because you crying and there's nothing I can do. So I start crying again, y'all. Oh my God, my poor mommy. I love my mama. Y'all, so I finally stopped crying or whatever, and my mama stopped crying, and I really did start to enjoy the ride. So I was just telling her, you know, it was the initial thing. The next flight after that, y'all, that took us into Virginia, it was like a smaller plane, and it was nothing. When I tell you, that's one thing I learned on my journey, like to and from. No two planes are alike. And then it's like, no, it's like you don't see the same pilot twice either. I noticed that, unless it's, you know, hit and miss with that. But no two planes are alike. Y'all, that second plane was gravy. Like, it was just a complete piece of cake, complete difference. Nothing about it was the same. I didn't get all that, like, heavy turbulence. We didn't get the fast takeoff and like rough takeoff. It wasn't nothing like that. And then also what was different was like the landing. I'm using this purple here. And I'm kind of just winging it, y'all. I have no idea if this is gonna look right or not.
DavidSoniaBeats.com. Purchase beats with no tags.
Violet over the other purple shades. So I did add a little bit more yellow up there, and I did the bottom of my eyes. If I take off some of the light, it looks like this. Like, this is how the colors look in person. This turned into like a whole carnival look, but I really do like it. It's completely different. It's wild, it's colorful. Okay, y'all, so I really hope y'all enjoyed this video. As usual, I had a lot of fun working on it. I was discouraged, but they always say trust the process. I am happy and excited how it turned out in the end. And don't forget to tell your friends to become my friends so we can all be friends.